What's up, everybody? Saksham here, back again with another session with some more attacks that you may learn from me. So, today we are going to talk about two major attacks. But before that, just give me a quick response if my audio and video is coming all fine. All right, seems like everything is looking fine, streaming fine, screen sharing is fine, everything is looking great. All right. So today we are going to talk about two major attacks. The first one is your file upload vulnerability. This is one of the most important attack, and we see this quite often for the private bug bounty programs, or for the programs that I've introduced you, like in which you are going to do a quick testing of the web apps. So there usually you see a lot of functions are available where they ask you to upload your resume, maybe, or sometimes they might ask you to upload your profile picture or somewhat like that. In such cases, we try to exploit that functionality with the help of file upload vulnerability. And there are two methodologies in order to upload the malicious files. And what do you get when you upload a malicious file? So basically, when you upload a malicious file, you just go ahead and then you can just upload a shell basically. And if you are once uploading the shell anywhere, then you can get the access of all the files and databases, which is really quite a rigorous thing out there. So today we will try to attempt to upload a malicious shell, you can say. So till the time, let me just go ahead and open up my DBWA lab, and I would like to request you all to open up that till the time I'm opening up my DBWA and setting it up. Okay, so if you have any questions, we can take a quick questionnaire for like 2 minutes, and then we are going to get started with this thing. Okay, seems like okay, everything looks great. So I'm about to start my Apache services so that we can get started with the DBWA. So let's go ahead and take you to our DBWA lab. Okay, so if we talk about what exactly the shell is, you must be watching at a lot of places that people come up and then they deface whole of your website which looks quite bad if we talk about the impact of it, because definitely the reputation is going down. And if somebody is going to upload a shell into your website, he can basically upload a new web page as well that can be displayed onto your home page, that you must be witnessing on a lot of hacked website. So that is what we are going to learn today, that how that is happening out there. In most of the cases, it is happening due to this vulnerability only. I guess we have changed the password last night with the CSRF attack. Okay, seems like that's my new password. So let's go ahead and try for the file upload vulnerability. So if we quickly talk about the shell, I guess my PHP GD module is not installed, but let's see if it is going to work this way. Okay, so if we quickly talk about the shell, you can say, then you can see that we have the functionality in Kali in order to create a shell, you can say. So in order to create a shell, we use a tool that is named as Weavly, right? So once we go ahead and if we go into the terminal, then we can start using this tool named as Weavly, Weevely, right? So basically you can generate a shell from Weebly, and in order to generate a new shell from Weebly, we're going to write here as Weebly, and then we're going to write here as generate, it is showing us the third option. So basically what we're going to do is that we're going to write first of all Weebly, and then we are going to write here as generate, so that we can make a new shell. So this is how you make a custom shell in Kali. And if you talk about the extreme custom shell, then you're gonna have to code that up into the PHP, you can say, or maybe into the different programming languages, which is there are like C9 shell, and these kind of shells are quite famous out there. And then you have this password functionality. So in order to create a password, you may create a password, or else you may keep it as a blank. If you don't want to create a password, this password is going to be the password for accessing the shell again. So I'm going to be giving it a very simple password, 123 123. And then you're going to have to write the destination where you exactly want to generate this shell. So in order to have a look at that, first of all, you're going to have to write the path in here. So in order to write the path, I'm simply going to give it a path of, let's say, let's just try to export this shell over my desktop only. So desktop, and let's go ahead and name this as shell.php. And if I hit enter, then you can see it is showing me the permission denied, but definitely we have the solution for that. We can definitely go ahead and fire this command with the help of sudo. Okay, seems like it is not taking this directory. /root/desktop. I think this should be working, but let's go ahead and let's try to give it some another location. Let's go ahead and create it in root directory only directly. So let me just go ahead and try to create the shell inside my root directory. It is not allowing me anyway to create a file, though it should be created like this. Let me go ahead and try to check this again on okay, you wrote 3ls. Okay, let me go ahead and try to write that command once again. Seems like it will also show the invalid directory. Again, error creating file, no such file or directory. Hmm. Seems like even my system is hanging up a bit. If I go ahead and try to export it into my root directory, then let's see if it is going to generate any of the shell in there into my root directory directly. Sudo weebly generate 123 123. Seems like, let's see if it is there generated into my root directory. If I go into my places, computer, and then let's see if it is gonna work. Seems like I haven't got any shell in here. Okay, let's give it a last try if Weebly is gonna work in our case. Else we are going to see that how we can make a shell with alternative method. So let me go ahead and try for Weebly. URL and password. If we talk about, I think it should be created this way. Weebly generate and then the password. I've been creating like this from quite a long time. Let's see what's happening in here. Permission denied. Seems like my Weebly is unable to have a look at the directory. I guess we are not about to create a backdoor, but let's see. Though we can also find some shells online. So let me see if I can get some shell for you from GitHub. So let me go ahead and try that for you. Okay. So I guess C99 shell is famous out there. And the next one that is famous out there is Irani shell. So I'm gonna be looking for C99 shell. Let's see if I'm able to get the access of this shell anywhere. Seems like it must be here. Let's go ahead and try to download that. So this is basically the PHP shell in which it is going to give you the access of all the directories that are uploaded inside the hosting, which is definitely, it is a very good shell out there. You can see a lot of information is written out here inside the PHP, you can say. So let's see if I'm going to get it up. Here is the main file, I believe. Seems like my system is hanging up a little bit. You may use any of the shell, Divyam. There is no hard and fast rule for any shell. Let's go ahead and try to download this shell. Seems like I'm getting a lot of I can see a lot of problem coming up into my system lately. Sometimes this virtualization just takes away all of your RAM and then your system is just gone. Let's see if I'll be able to get it like this. Okay. So finally I have got this shell. I tried some other methodology. So I just copied the URL in here since my PC was not responding at this moment. So I just copied the URL of the shell and then I extracted the shell and I can see that this is my C99 shell, which is basically a PHP file. If we go ahead and jump onto our DVWA, then our main purpose is to just, penetrate this C99 file, which is definitely the malicious file out there. So let's go ahead and jump onto DVWA. So in DVWA, what happens is that you just don't get the filters, correct filters out there. Let me just go ahead and see if the okay, security level is impossible right now. It should set to low and then we'll try to breach the medium level of security. So today we are, so this class is going to be a quicker one because today we are just going to read about these two attacks only, that is file upload vulnerability and file inclusion vulnerability. So we are going to complete these two attacks only today. So let's go back to our file upload vulnerability. I hope this GD module doesn't hinders me up. Okay, so if I talk about this into C99 shell, if I open it up and if I try to upload this, then you can see the image was not uploaded. This is what is coming up right here. I'm sure let's go ahead and try to upload a picture, just a normal picture, because if this is not getting uploaded, then definitely you'll find the other way. That is definitely our master tool burp suit. But first of all, if we are let's just try to check if it is just not uploading any image or it is just not uploading our shell. So if I open it up and let's see, you can see that this image is successfully uploaded. So which means that it is just uploading the images, but it is not uploading any PHP file. So if it is not uploading any PHP file, what I can do, I can just maybe rename my file to .php, or maybe I can just manipulate the extensions, and we can definitely do that with the help of Burp Suite, right? So let's just wait for a while till my Burp Suite open up. Okay, since like, okay, is there? Let's wait for a few seconds till my Burp Suite opens up. Okay, my Burp Suite is here. I'm just going to start it straight away. Seems like my Kali is hanging up quite a lot today. Let's wait for a few seconds till my burps open up. Okay. Seems like it is there. I believe Weebly is was one of my favorite tool. I would still like to give it a try. Okay, is this happening because I'm writing root in here instead of home? Okay, so we were doing a very quick, weird, and somewhat a bad mistake out there. So we don't need to upload the C99 shell, since by mistakenly I was writing root in here instead of home. So I just tried one more time. Like I just wrote sudo, and then I wrote weebly generate, and then the password, that is 123123, right? I tried doing this, and I tried changing the directory, and I can see that this is getting uploaded. So you have here is the shell.php right here. Let's go ahead and see that where exactly is my shell. It should be there into the home directory, right? So let's go ahead and navigate to the home directory. And it should be here with the name of shell.php. So seems like Weebly is working again. This is something that I love, but I cannot see any shell in here. Let's go ahead and try to get it over my desktop. Okay, I can see the shell.php in here, but I cannot see it over my home directory, which is really strange out here. You also have desktop directory in here, but nothing is getting exported over there. Let's try to get it in my documents folder. This is not working as well, but where the hell is this file? Weebly is definitely making a lot of noise today. I see if the file is not hidden. Let's see, show hidden files. We are able to see some more files, but okay, I can see a folder named as Weebly in here. But I cannot see any shell in here. Let's see if I'm gonna get the copy of the shell.php over my desktop. Let's see if we have got the copy of this over my desktop. This could be the last option that I could do for the Linux. Let's see if we have got the shell over the desktop. Seems like we have copied the file on desktop, but still we are not able to get this shell over our desktop. That's the problem that I have never seen. Hmm. Seems like we are stuck in here. Okay, can I see a shell.php? Not here. Okay, then where has this file gone? That's really strange. That should not happen actually. But let's see what is happening around and where this file is going up. The file is not even coming up into the hidden side, showing up all the hidden files. Okay. Okay, seems like my shell is not showing up from the Weebly. Otherwise, it could have been really happening out there into the post exploitation technique. But anyways, let's go ahead and try to intercept the request of this one. One thing to notice here is that we are watching this directory that is named as hackable uploads and then some name of JPG, which means I believe that this must be the folder where all the uploaded files are going into a web server, you can say, because since we are treating this DVWA lab as a web app, live web app right now. So you can see that this JPG is getting uploaded over there. But let's just for an instance, let's just try to memorize that let's just try to think that this is a shell that we need to upload. But in order to upload this shell, how will you upload? We know that PHP extensions are restricted, but what we can do is that we can just rename it to JPG, and I'm pretty sure JPG must be allowed. It is looking like a JPG, but it is not JPG. Like we have very smartly changed the extension of this file. But let's go ahead and try to upload this file now. But before uploading this file, I would like to intercept this request so that I can make some changes into my Burp suite while just while just sending this file to your you can say your server of the web app. So seems like the interception is on. What is happening today? Seems like, is it like nothing is going to work today? Okay, let me go ahead and change my network settings. Let's try for the manual proxy and let's see if the requests are getting intercepted or not. Okay, so the request must be intercepted by now. Let's take a quick trial run in here. Okay, seems like I'm getting the request into my Burp suite. Okay, let's turn off the interceptor. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to teach you a quick methodology behind file upload vulnerability. Now, what happens is that you try to upload a simple file that is, you can say that's shell.php. But when you try to upload that, you see a lot of filters that are programmed by a lot of people out there. For example, they say that only JPGs are allowed, or let's say they say only PNGs are allowed, and these kind of file types are given by a developer. So basically what happens that when a developer is defining these kind of file types, we again try to just rename this file to .jpg. But this is definitely a shell that I was talking about, by which we can get the reverse access of the whole directories, or maybe you can upload something over there. Like I taught you yesterday, that once you try to get the access from the arbitrary commands, you can get the connection likewise into the Weebly shell. This also happens the same way. Maybe I'll just take a quick research time today, and maybe I'm just going to tell you about it over the next session. That how you can maintain a connection with the Weebly as a post-exploitation technique. But right now what we are doing is that we are just renaming the shell.php to shell.jpg, right? And now what we are going to do is that we are going to upload it into the web app so that it is going to bypass the filter of the programming, and then it is going to get uploaded over there. But we are going to intercept it in between. We are going to intercept it with the help of Burp suite. And while the interception, we are okay, so it should be like .jpg. It should be great if we can rename it like shell.php.jpg, right? So once we are done in doing the interception with the help of Burp suite, in between the midway, we are going to catch this file and we are going to rename this file to shell.php. So your web app will think that we have taken a file that is a JPEG file, but they won't realize that you have uploaded a PHP file by bypassing the filter that are being set by the programmers, right? So let's go ahead and try to do that. So first of all, let me make sure the interception is turned on, because everything is going to be done inside the burp suite in this file upload vulnerability. I'm going to turn the interception on, and then I'm going to go on browse, and then I'm gonna find the shell that is renamed exactly in the same fashion, that is shell.php.jpg, or maybe you can try this one. So I'm going to upload this straight away. So now my this thing will feel like this thing will understand, my web app will understand that it is ending with JPEG extension, so they should allow it. So I'm going to click on upload, and I'm getting the file request inside my burp suite now, since I've turned on the interception. So if you will try to investigate this very properly, this request, then you will see the name of the file. Like you can see in this line, you can check out that we have successfully uploaded shell2.php.jpg, and then you can see that into .php. Okay, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just remove this JPG thing, and then I'm going to just forward my shell2.php over the network. So let's go ahead and try to forward this packet. When I forward this packet, then you can see that my shell2.php is successfully uploaded. So this is how you go ahead and breach with file upload vulnerability. Into the starting, we were trying to upload our shell.php directly, but then we were not able to upload this shell, you can say. What happens is that in Weebly, it is quite easy. Maybe I'm going to teach you into the next session that how you can go with the post exploitation technique with the help of file upload vulnerability, because now we know the path, right? Even if you will try to get the response, and if you will try to check the response into the HTTP history, that what is being uploaded, then you will see into the response section that what was the path where actually it was uploaded. When you'll go ahead and try to investigate this, you'll figure this out, that on which path, like you see, all the paths are given right in here. So you can see that not this path, this is a programming response. I think this must be into the post request. Okay, into the post request, you'll be able to see that where actually are all the files and these things are getting uploaded. So you can easily extract the URL that where this file is getting uploaded. Once you find the path that where these files are getting uploaded, you can maintain the connection as a post exploitation technique, like we have done yesterday with a command injection, and that you can maintain the connection with the help of Weebly, because the shell is generated by Weebly, and now you know where your Weebly shell is, your Weebly shell is in which directory, you can say. So once you know that it is in which directory, you can just give a path of the directory into the Weebly module, you can say. But don't worry, we are going to try this next week, that how you can go ahead with this. So this was all about a quick file upload vulnerability. Even if the filters are there, but still if the file is getting uploaded as .php, then it could be really, really very malicious for any server out there and for any kind of web app, because it can basically, if this malicious file can be accepted by the server, then the whole whole server can be on the stake, and a lot of damages can be done. So basically, when you see that the whole website gets defaced because your website somewhere has the functionality of the uploading, which is why this is happening into their web apps. So after upload, how to fix it? After upload, how to fix it in what way? How to get shell? So basically, you can generate a shell with the help of Weebly. I tried doing this a few minutes back, but like you can see that I'm facing some problem and errors while generating the Weebly shell, which is why right now I'm not able to demonstrate it, that how you can just maintain the connection with the help of Weebly shell. But usually, as far I remember, you just write down the Weebly, and then the link where your Weebly shell is uploaded, and then the password. So when you'll just write this, I'll just write the format for you. You may try it later on, else into the next session, I'll quickly tell you that how it is being done. So as far I remember, and I used to do it, is Like I simply used to write weebly, then I used to write generate in order to generate a shell, and then I simply used to write 123 123, and then I used to give the path where I want to generate my weebly shell, right? So suppose if I'm creating this over the desktop, and then the name of the file, that is, let's say, shell.php. So this is going to be a step number 1 in weebly. So this is what you have created into Weebly. You go ahead and try to do it into your systems. Maybe there are high chances that it can be done by you. Should be home in here. So this is the step number 1. Step number 2 is you gotta have to intercept on the upload functionality, basically. Before you intercept onto the upload functionality, you would have to rename the file name. So rename the file to shell.php.png, let's say, right? So after you'll just rename the file, then you gotta have to intercept it. Intercept on file upload functionality. And then after intercepting onto the file upload functionality, there is one thing that you need to do is that you just need, after the interception, just change the name of file in the request of Burpsuit to, let's say, the name of the file is shell.php.png. So just remove the png from that inside your Burpsuit. So it could be like shell.php is the new name of the file. This could be the new name of the file, you can say. And after you are done doing this, in order to go with the post exploitation technique, so I used to maintain the connection with the help of Weebly. So into the post exploitation technique, you need to go into the terminal. And into the terminal, you just need to write down the name of the tool, that is Weebly, and then link, or you can say the URL where the file is uploaded. So you simply have to paste your link in here. Like you have to write Weebly and then paste the link. Okay, so this is what you're gonna have to do. And then once you are done pasting the link, then after this, you're gonna have to put the password that we have written in here, that is 123 123, like you can see. So once you'll do this, suddenly, like we have done this yesterday, suddenly your shell will open up into your terminal again. And just by uploading this shell, you'll get the access of whole server again. So this is also a very high level of server side vulnerability. Just by writing, or just by not giving the filters correctly onto the upload functionality, can make the whole server to be at risk. The whole server can be on stake. So this was a quick session on file upload vulnerability, though I'm still keeping the post exploitation technique by Weebly as due, because I haven't yet shown the demonstration due to some technical glitches. So I'm gonna write here as file underscore upload notes, right? Make sure you keep all of these notes very safely, because in the end we are going to have an examination as well. So a lot of questions are about to come, though I'll keep on telling you in the class that what are the important questions that can come. One of the important question is CSRF, so make sure you hit a good try of that. So I'm going to save these steps for you. You may try it later on after this session. If you have any doubts, or if you have any questions regarding this, then feel free to ask. Can this vulnerability be fixed by having path validation at backend? Yes, this can be fixed that way. Will this work for all servers or just PHP servers? It will just work for PHP servers, but if the server is using Node, then the shells. There are a lot of shells that are node based, or the different technology based shells are also there. How to fix this vulnerability? Path validation, and I'm going the best way, if you want to know the best practice to write up in this code, is let's go ahead and jump onto the DBWA security, and let me just try to show you the correct way of writing that code. Seems like it is getting intercepted inside my burp suite. Okay, let me just turn off the burp suite real quickly. Okay, so let me set that to impossible so that I can show you the correct piece of code for the file upload vulnerability. So the file upload is here, and I'm gonna make you see the source code of it. Okay, so I believe they must have inserted some right kind of validation in here, which is why. Okay, so you can see you have NT-CSRF token in here, right? Again, so with the help of NT-CSRF token, you are given a user token and session token, right? And then you have a lot of filters again, like the server is taking a lot of information related to file. For example, it is going to know your file name, extension, size, type, and if it is a temporary file, because it is not allowing the temporary files as well. Where are we going to write it to? Going to be writing to, then you can see that you have the target path as well, right? So this is the target path where your file is going to be uploaded. Then if you talk about the high level of security, then basically it is just converting the file uploaded validation with the MD5, that is getting encoded with the MD5. Then the temp files are just going to cross verify it into the INF files as well. So now you again have one more filter, that is it an image? If it is an image, then it is given up the extensions, like only JPG is allowed. You can add more in here. For example, you can add for like PNG. Okay, it has added in here. It has added PNG as well. So the file filters are two only in this case, that is JPG or PNG is what you can upload. It has also given the limit for the file size, you can see in here. So these are the restrictions that you need to insert if you are just allowing someone to upload just a small file, you can say, because if a small file can definitely get dangerous. So you can see again the NT-CSRF token is helping it out, because it is generating the sessions and it is expiring the sessions as well, in order to know that where exactly and why and how this file is getting uploaded inside the server. So this is the correct methodology in order to know that how it will get uploaded. So what is the use of uploading PHP files? So basically, if you are uploading a PHP shell, then the code that is written inside that shell is written in such a way that will open up a backdoor for you, by which you can maintain the connection as well. So if you are able to maintain the connection in that way, then definitely you can just do a lot of changes inside the server, which could be really brutal to everyone out there. Okay, so this was a quick session for the file upload vulnerability. Once I come back, then we are going to have the next session on the file inclusion vulnerability. Let me just show it to you real quickly. So this is what we are going to solve next. That is file inclusion vulnerability. This is also a very good happening attack out there, and it is quite easy as well, but moreover it is a logical kind of attack. So we are taking a quick break of like 10 minutes, and then we are going to learn about file inclusion vulnerability. And today we are going to have a little small class, but today we are just going to learn two attack, because I'm not teaching you 4-5 attacks in a day so that everything could jumble up. Just two attacks every day, and it is going to make rest of your day. So I'll be back again. Break till 4:05. For Weebly, please go into the installation folder before executing it. Yeah, we can try that technique as well, YOLO. Sorry, I'm late. Is it possible to post the code in here? Uh, Post the code. I didn't wrote any code. I tried and it worked. Okay, so till the time you may try following these steps that I've written for you, and I believe the file upload vulnerability must be working over there. All right, so I'm taking a quick break of 10 minutes. I'll be back again by 4 or 5. Okay, in case, just a quick guide, if the burp suite is not working onto your local host, then make sure into the config options, you allow capturing the request for the local host. And don't worry if it is not. Okay, so the people who are not, able to capture the request of the local host, then make sure you go into, what happens is when you go into the settings, you go into the network settings. In some of the cases, okay, so here underneath, you should have the option for like no proxy for localhost or 127.0.0.1 must be written here. Make sure you just remove that, and then you'll be able to intercept the request for the localhost into your web browser. So you just have to make some tweaks under the settings, and then it is clearly written over here as no proxy for. So this was a quick tip if you are not able to intercept the request of DVWA into the burp suite. And let's go ahead and let's move on to our next attack that is related to our file inclusion vulnerability. Now, this is also a very good vulnerability out there. But let's go ahead and okay. Okay, so now let's talk about the LFI. So now there are two types of LFI basically. If somebody asks you into the interview that what are the different kind of file inclusions, then there are two file inclusions. One is local file inclusion, and then the second one is remote file inclusion. Right, and then the file inclusion here defines to just move out into the different directories and taking out the sensitive thing out there. So what you do is that you play around with the help of URL in this case, right? So right now your URL says that question mark page equals include.php is what is written over here, right? So what you can do is that first of all, let's go ahead and try to click on our file number one. Let's see what we have got. We have got this quick information about hello admin, your IP address is this. Okay, let's go ahead and try to click on the second file, that is file2.php. Hi, I needed a password 8 characters long, so I picked up Snow White. And okay, this is a quick pun, or you can say the satire written by them. And then you have here is the file number 3. And that is giving me some more information related to the header files. Okay, so what happens in file inclusion is that you can see that when I go ahead and I open up these files, then they are somewhat hosted into the same directory that is inside the vulnerabilities folder. Inside there you have FI, and there you must be having a lot of files in here, right? So I can see that this file is right here, like this file 3.php is right here. What I can do is that I can just try to uh, go ahead a directory, right? What you do is just you go ahead one directory, or you go back a directory. In order to go back a directory, you go ahead like dot forward slash, or in order to move forward you can go with forward slash backslash and dot after that. So right, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to rotate inside the directories. And how do you do that with the help of Linux is that you use this methodology. This is just a blind spot methodology. So I did this for the first time, and I can see that it says file not found. So now it should say basically that link doesn't exist or the page does not exist, but it is not showing me that the page does not exist. It says that file not found. Now, if that file not found command is coming up, or something like this is coming up, this kind of error is coming up, which means the directories are getting searched inside the server, and then they are giving the output to your web app. So it says that file not found. Okay, you don't have any file in here. That's okay. I'm gonna give it another try. So I'm gonna give it like couple of more tries. It still says file not found. I'm gonna hit it like 2-3 times. Let's see where I am. Again, it says file not found. Okay. Let's go ahead and try this couple of more times. Again, I see file not found. So what happens is that I'm going to try this again and again until the time I'm going to see the file not found. And also in yesterday's class, I told you that there is a very important file that is named as etc/passwd, right? So if you still remember, let's go ahead and try to take that file out with the help of this file inclusion vulnerability. So what you do is that you basically go ahead and try to migrate from one directory to another directory, because now your URL is responding from inside the web app. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to see that how we are going to breach this. We have done this once, twice, thrice, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try this one more time. Again, it says file not found. If I go ahead and try for my etc file, again, I'm not even able to get that file, etc passwd. Seems like we'll have to navigate it. So like, how about if I go ahead and try searching in here? Oh, what if my DVWA is on an impossible level of security? Then it will be a problem. Let's go ahead and check that out, which is why I think we are not getting any response in here. Okay, so the DVWA security is set to impossible. Let's go ahead and try to set it to submit onto the low level, and then let's try to breach this file inclusion vulnerability. So again, these are the fundamental vulnerabilities. They are not the major vulnerabilities out there. If we talk about like when will I be able to learn the major vulnerabilities, then after this attack, I'll make you go through the curriculum, and there I'll tell you that what are the real technical vulnerabilities that you can find. So I'm just gonna remove this file name and I'm going to navigate it. Now I'm getting a little bit of responses. So now you can see that this is the file that I've extracted in here. So which means right now I'm into this folder that is out there into your systems. So if you'll go ahead and if you'll try to find this file into your systems, then you'll be easily able to find this file under the etc folder. Under the etc folder, you'll be able to find a file that is named as passwd. So there you'll be able to find this file inside your system as well. And like yesterday, I told you that you're getting the output of something sensitive, a sensitive file that is out there inside the server, and we are trying to extract that file by migrating from one directory to another directory. Now, why this is happening and how this is happening? Because again, the server is responding to my queries in the URL, which is again a very dangerous thing out there. So this is how you do the file inclusion vulnerability. It is again, like, bluntly, it is a hit and trial method. There is no subtle method beside this. For example, I believe I just omitted the page. Okay, so how do you find this? I'm telling this to you again. How do you find this? For example, you have the main file that is there for the pass WD, right? So how I do it, I mostly go ahead and go ahead behind running and finding the etc pass WD file, because that is again a very important server related file. Because of that, I directly write etc / pass WD, right? So this is what I write. So when I go ahead and I do this for the first time, so for example, if I write this, you can see that I'm getting a blank page in here, right? I'm getting nothing at all like this, which means somewhere my query is going inside, but the page is not responding. What could be my next step? I'm going to go with another hit and trial method. I'm gonna do this twice. Again, I'm not going to do anything. Again, I'm not getting anything, right? So which means I need to go a level back again, right? So I'm going a level back again. Again, I'm not getting any response. So I'll have to keep on doing it till I don't get response of my sensitive file, that is etc, that is pass WD. I'm gonna do this again. Let's see if we are able to get the response. Not yet. Let's do this again. So you're gonna have to do this like 7-8 times as well. That's okay. But yes, now we have got this response. So in this case, I have done this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the 6th time, I have got the access of this, these sensitive files that are again out there into the file inclusion thing, right? So I hope this file inclusive method must be clear to you all. If you have any doubts regarding this, feel free to ask. Else we'll go ahead and we'll try to breach some high level of file inclusion, you can say. Because basically this is you can say this is local file inclusion, right? But now we need to understand that what exactly is the remote file inclusion as well, because that is also a sensitive part out there. Because in this case, I'm just taking out the file. So what is the use of entering into the web server etc pass WD? So basically you have this file under the etc folder. Basically you have a lot of a list of manager, or you can say you have a lot of system related files are right here. You can see a lot of configuration, or how the setup of administrator is done, what kind of server your server is using. Like you can clearly see it's PostgreSQL, and a lot of sensitive information related to your server is being displayed into this pass WD file. Any documentation for reading for these things? No, there is no fixed documentation for reading these things. But basically, what our ultimate aim is that if we have extracted this file, then we can basically extract any file out there. So any server related file should not be leaked, whether you don't have much information in there, or you have it, or you don't have it, but that's okay. But any server related file is getting displayed on your website like this isn't definitely acceptable, right? So this is basically the part of LFI, local file inclusion. You are displaying the file that are locally hosted inside your server on the same website with the help of the directory jumping into the LFI methodology. So this was the basic concept of this attack, that you gotta have to extract the file that is related to server with the help of LFI. So that is done into the locally. In few minutes, we are going to check how to do it remotely as well, because that is again very bad. Was not able to bring up my DBWA server. Can we use etc password? So basically you have this etc pass WD file inside your Linux machine only. You don't have it inside your DBWA. Okay, I'm going to tell you the fix at the end of this session. But it could be really interesting for you if I tell you that what exactly the remote file inclusion is, right? The remote file inclusion is one of the most deadly attack, you can say, because in this case, I can do a lot of things that can keep the server administrator in trouble. How is that? For example, what happens into the remote file inclusion, you use the whole website as a proxy in the case of remote file inclusion, which is usually done for the malicious activities or the illegal activities, you can say. And since I suppose if I'm using any kind of proxy or anything like that, and if I want to give any trouble to the administrator of the website where the RFI is existing, that is remote file inclusion is existing, then it could be a really trouble for them. For example, if I'm changing my IP address and I'm using this DVWA as a proxy, how I'm gonna do that? Into the remote file inclusion, you don't have the option of RFI in here onto the left hand side, but just for the extra knowledge, I'm telling you that how exactly the RFI is working. So it is working as a proxy of your website. Understand how this is happening is that, for example, if I write here as HTTP colon / and suppose if I write down here as www.google.com. So now what is happening in this case, my whole Google is getting served inside my DVWA. So like this, a lot of people can use your website as a proxy, you can say, because they are hiding their IP addresses. And if you are going to do anything illegal or anything malicious by using somebody's website like this, then I believe your website's IP address is going to show up for any illegal activity that you can do. So this was a quick methodology for the RFI. In RFI, it's the remote file inclusion, which means remotely you are opening up a file that is not at all situated to your website, and it is getting displayed over your website. So it could be a really dangerous thing out there. So these were the quick two small attacks that we have learned today. uh, First one was file upload vulnerability. The second one is this RFI and LFI, that is local file inclusion and remote file inclusion. So you don't find these attacks on HackerOne and Bugcrowd for sure, but for your private bounties, it could be really useful for you, and into the interview cases, it could be useful again. Till the time, whatever I've taught you in that, so you can find CSRF attack and the file upload vulnerability onto the websites like HackerOne and Bugcrowd. And for the rest of your local purpose website, or if your company has any kind of byproduct or something like that, you can go ahead and start initiating these kind of attacks. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of them are going to work. So if you have any doubts regarding this RFI or LFI, feel free to ask. Else, that's it for today's class. We tried keeping today's class little short today because I'm receiving a little bit of technical issues as well, and I'm a little occupied, which is why we have kept today's class a little bit shorter today. And I believe 2 attacks in a day will keep you cool enough. If I'll teach you like 10 to like 8 attacks in a day, it could be a really jargon for you. So likewise, we have learned 4 attacks in this week. In upcoming weeks, we are going to learn a lot more. So this was a quick short session related to file upload vulnerability and RFI and LFI. Sir, once more, remote file inclusion. Remote file inclusion has nothing. Like I told you, this URL was already there. I have set the parameter of this URL to some other website, and it is being shown onto your website. And with the help of this, you can use this website as a proxy, and it can hinder the server administrators of this website, Prateek. Okay. But don't we need to know programming to use this info into the local file inclusion? No, no programming language is required. It is just a hit and trial method, into the RFI, you're just, so can you please show in HackerOne how to find out CSRF? In HackerOne, how to find out CSRF onto the new website listed, you're gonna have to find out, you just gotta have to see the profiles that are newly listed of the website. And there you'll have to find the description, and you'll see that what kind of testing parameter that they have shown up. And then you can go ahead and find out a lot of things related to HackerOne. Sir, I can't access the local host in Burp Suite. I told you a few minutes back that how you can go into the settings and exclude it. I'm going to show it to you once again. So you're going, you just need to go into the settings, network, settings again. And here you must have an exception for no proxy for like this. You must have written localhost or like 127.0.0.1. This comes up written here by default. You're gonna have to remove that this and click on OK, and it should work again. So in local file inclusion after exploit done, can you explain post exploitation? I believe this is the post exploitation technique. I mean, we are extracting the whole we are just extracting the whole information related to server exactly in front of your eyes into your website. So I believe there is no post exploitation technique in this. Basically, in post exploitation technique, what you do is that you maintain the connection for the further exploitation. Sir, YouTube CTF video. Okay, I'm about to make it like on Monday, since I have been working on making my new studio. But yes, on Monday, you can expect my video on CTF onto my YouTube channel. Will we not be dealing with a medium and high level of file upload vulnerability? See, into this, DBWA, like I told you in DBWA, we have observed that onto the command injection as well, onto the final level or high level of vulnerability, they were using some foolish kind of methodology, like giving some extra space, which doesn't happen into the real world. But likewise, in order to exploit the high level of LFI, you gotta have to use the XSS attack. And we haven't yet learned XSS. So once we'll be learning XSS, then I'll show you that how we can move on to the advanced level of it. How to start with HackerOne? We already have given the introduction to the HackerOne, but yes, in upcoming classes, we can have a discussion on it. How to fix file inclusion attacks. Okay, so in order to fix the file inclusion attack, you gotta have to restrict, or you gotta have to flag that what you gotta have to write into the URL. Right URL encoding can definitely take it off, but a lot of people are not using any kind of URL encoding. So yes, I believe URL encoding could really sum it up. Okay, so that's it. I guess I'm not receiving any more questions in here. And sir, when I try RFI, it shows error, file not found. Remote file inclusion. Okay, I believe you have not been trying onto the right level. I believe you're gonna have to click on file inclusion, and I see you must be having the URL like this. So after page equals, and then you're gonna have to write this URL, and then you'll be able to see this. There is nothing on no proxy. No proxy? No proxy. Didn't got your point. Okay, Yovo. Hope you have a great day ahead. It's opening blank page for DBW when trying RFI. So I told you, gotta have to hit and try for .. until you don't get off from that blank page. But anyways, the recording of this session will get uploaded by tomorrow, or maybe by late night today. So you can try this again and again, that how I executed both of these attacks, that is file upload vulnerability and file inclusion vulnerability. This is also valid for HTTPS websites. Yes, Anant, it is valid for HTTPS as well. But I hope you enjoyed today's session. I hope you have enjoyed yesterday's session as well. We have finally learned 4 attacks, something related to real hacking, but there is a hell lot more that is about to come. Much more advanced things are about to come. We have just completed 1 month, and that too just onto the weekends. Still, we have learned a lot, and still there is a lot to learn. But that's it for today. And also, we are going to give you a feedback form so that you can tell me that how these classes are going on. Are you really enjoying this, or you have any suggestions regarding this? But that's it for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I'll see you again on Saturday, exactly at 3 p.m. And that's it for today. And if you have any doubts, just catch me up onto our WhatsApp group. And that's it for today. I hope you have a great weekend ahead and enjoy your Sunday.